Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to try my absolute best. There was a lot of information I'm going to get and there's a lot of things that I need to discuss today if it comes to the comment I've got from a Ferd. Not sure if he's a subscriber, I didn't check that as yet. But people, it's crazy. I just want to mention that, just a side note here, we do not stay very far from the airport, so hopefully the sounds don't come up, but please bear with me. I do not have a studio, so I'm working with what I have. So I'm going to make it as compact as possible. I just on a side note here and a disclaimer, I just want to say that I'm not involved with Volvo in any form, and I also want to say that I do believe that Volvo is not perfect. I do believe that there is flaws and people make mistakes. So, but still, safest car in the world, I still think. And time again, if you look at all the crash tests and you look at all of these things, they really just next level if it comes to people's safety. So let's get into it. The first one that I want us to talk about is this made in China, and there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of frustration. Oh, my EX30 is going to be a Chinese product. Okay, so we are okay with our phones mostly being made in China and our laptops and so forth, but we're sort of not okay with things coming from China. That's a car, you know. Really, people? I mean, we've been using Chinese products, quality Chinese products, for many years. BYD, for example, has got a car that is over 1.5 million. Not the motor, not the battery has been changed, and no rust, the car's not falling apart. The car is still in one piece and it's actually still very good. And China gets rain well. As you know, the last couple of years, what's going on there if it comes to their raining season. So look, on the end of the day, I do not believe this comment is 100% legit, in a sense. We didn't see paperwork, we didn't see images, we didn't see videos or anything like that sort. So we're not sure. But please go and have a look at this comment and let's discuss it. So let's look at it from a rust point perspective. Let's say worst case scenario, the car is getting made in Zeekr plant. I want us to look at this video. This is now coming from their plant, and as you can see, quality control, rust, dipping. Okay, so car needs to be dipped. That's very important because that really secures that body to be very wealthy. And as you can see from this video, it's not a problem coming from their plant. It's quality control is there to the T, and then rust covering and the dipping is happening. What type of dipping they use, we obviously need to, we're not sure. But I can tell you now, Volvo will not release something that is not strong, that is not protected, and that is exactly shown in this quality video from the Zeekr plant. So worst case scenario, if your car is coming from Zeekr, it's not an issue. In coming back to the rust issue, I've got another video. This is an awesome one. I think no one else have done this in the world yet, Tesla and so forth. But if you look at this bath, Volvo has actually done a bath. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Volvo has done basically a water bath. They put this, look at this, the light still stays on. They will not go through all of this trouble if they didn't have something to prove. And even I didn't put that, I didn't put this video up, but I will try and get the link for you guys. What was very interesting is they actually, and look, the car's driving out of the, obviously out of the bath as well, and they actually kept the car in there for a whole night to see if there will be any leakage from the component size. And what they actually did is they've opened the battery, they've opened the motor compartment, they've opened the inverter. You know, it's all in one system. So they've opened everything as much as they can, and they looked and make sure that the components are still dry. I mean, that is absolutely awesome. That shows you that he's talking about the whole rust issue, and I don't know. I don't think he's got a leg to stand on there. And if it comes to the motor, that's the second thing that I would like us to discuss. Now, I've done my research, and there is a company. I'm going to put it out of two situations, because we've got a statement, we've got a press release from motors that will be reduced in Skövda in Sweden, and then obviously the investment there will be 700 million Swedish. Swedish funds that will go to that production line. So we're looking at out of two perspectives. But let's say worst case scenario, your motor is then getting made in China. There's a company called Nixlix that's been around for 50 years. They do not only do electric car vehicle motors, they actually do a whole range, from turbines to small electric motors to motors for mines. Quality, really quality control there. And I'm telling you guys, that is absolutely amazing to see that they actually are producing for motors for so long. I personally do not think that the worst case scenario, if your motor is coming from a supplier like that, you know, I've done my research. I can really see out of the casing, none of the models they've got is matching the Volvo EX30. So no, I do believe that it is very possible that the motors is coming from Sweden. And I must say, if you worst case scenario, if you look at that quality and you look at Zeekr's quality, that to me, I do not think it's an issue. So guys, really, I cannot see a problem there. And then if we go to a video that I got from the plant, sorry, I'm doing a lot of videos, guys, but it really these videos, please do yourself a favor and go online and look at all of these factories. Look at this quality control from the Volvo plant in Sweden, and as you can see, that there's that dipping process that's also happening. Very, very important. So once again, the rust issue should be covered. That is just shows you that the dipping, as long as they dip the vehicle, then you are basically sorted. That dipping process is very important, because that gets into the nooks and crannies that spray paint will not be able to get into. So dipping is happening there from the Volvo plant as well. And guys, I think I've covered basically everything that I needed to cover from the rust, from made in China, and then of course leaking like a pool. I mean, that's crazy to think that that's even possible. And motor quality is good, even though it can be coming from China. And as you guys can see on this video today, it's a good quality product. I definitely do not think it's something to be concerned. But hey, we will see in 5 years, we will see in 10 years what the people is actually saying. People that really put the EX30 through its paces if it comes to water and getting it, you know, soaked completely if need be. But we will need to put the EX30 through its paces to make sure all of these things are covered. But guys, thank you very much for joining me. Look at my channel, go and see all of the other videos I have, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.